Those are big apples.
Yeah, what kind? What variety are you using?
Huh?
What variety are these?
These Gala.
Gala.
I think Tim says it's Fuji. I tried Fuji.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know when I was with because they don't make don't grow them anymore. I guess the Golden Delicious.
I wonder why.
And Tim, I guess, Googled or asked a question if anybody knew why there is no more Golden Delicious could find. Well, anyway, so when I was down with Nancy, Sarah wanted me to make pies with her. She wanted to see how I did it.
Yeah.
But she wanted to help me do it, and so I told her, well, I need she wanted big ones, so I said, okay, I need 30 apples. Plus, I want like four or five more, because she's getting the big aluminum pans. I think I need this one. 2, 4, 6, 8. I'll just make applesauce out of it. I don't need it. Anyway, so she went and looked, and she couldn't find. She went. I don't know how many places she went, but anyway, she couldn't find any Golden Delicious, and so she just got. I think one was must have been a Fuji apple, and then she got another one. So we mixed the apples, and when she baked, well,
I heard the story about the baking.
yeah, that was something else. I mean, she had this big fancy kitchen. I thought it was really fancy and everything. And anyway, it was. So we had 3 apple pies ready to go in the oven.
And the oven wasn't connected.
And tried to turn it on. No, couldn't turn it on. And we tried everything. So then, I think Ed came home, her husband. He is such a wonderful guy, that guy. A wonderful host.
This is Sarah's husband?
Yeah, his name's Ed. I can't remember his last name, but he is, I think he was in the service.
So now you're doing the initial slicing and coring. You cut them into quarters.
Yeah, and then I cut the quarters.
Cut out the cores and then trim off whatever remaining skin might be there.
Yeah, they'll be, I'll have to cut them one more time. But anyway, so she had to take it over, so I couldn't be there to test them to see how I test see if the apples are done.
Because they had to take them over to Charlotte's house to bake the pies, yeah.
And anyway, when she came back, we were eating the little pie. We made 2 big ones, and then I made I think a 9x9 or something like that. I think it was about like this, but square, a square thing.
Yeah.
And I said, but it didn't seem like part of the pie, the apple was not done. Some apple wasn't done yet.
Because it was a mixture of different apples, and one of them didn't cook at the same rate as the.
Well, not really. Then I said, well, it doesn't seem like this is done. And she said, well, she tested it, and I said, well, because then I tested it, and it didn't really go easy into the pie.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, then I got a bakery piece of pie. I think can't be someplace anyway. It was like a bakery pie,
Right.
and I bit into it, and it was the whole apple pie was made with that kind of an apple. So then I knew that the apple was done. That was just the way it.
It's just really firm when it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so sit down if you would be more comfortable. So here is Ian. Ian, do you want to introduce your peeps?
Oh, yeah. So, hello, Grandma.
Wait. Your dad wants you to wait a second. He's he's trying to start recording on his camera.
But we're not starting the demo yet, right? We're just visiting.
Right. Just say hi.
No, just yeah.
You got a few minutes.
Testing the equipment.
Okay, should I start then?
Hey, Jojo. Who's going to be the cook at your house, Ian?
Grandma. What?
Who's going to be the cook at your house?
Well, I think we're all going to just kind of chip in. We got our apples cut and peeled, ready to go.
Good.
So you have to slice them. Yeah, that's where we're going to start. Oh,
Yeah,
She got a
we
head
got
start.
them in
you're
eight.
so good, Mom.
She got a head start.
Oh, whoops. Okay.
Hey! Hi, Grandma!
Okay, no, Mom.
Oh,
Hi!
Hi.
Is that him?
Okay.
That's a little bit like, that's Grandpa's brother.
Hi, Gracie. Hi.
Okay, everybody do the duck for Gracie.
Everybody do the duck face. Yes, look at all the sillies.
Come on, William.
I did it.
Do it into the camera, William.
I was doing it into the mic.
Oh.
Isn't that more important? You want to get that crisp audio?
Man, he sounds good.
He does.
Is that
Oh,
your friend?
Miles is being shy.
Hi, friend Miles. We have another,
Say hi.
our own. You turn.
That's my favorite.
So just
Allison, there's Allison.
where's Allison? Oh, she's gonna come. We just Allison and the Bauer house.
Is that not this house? It must be.
No, this is Juneau LSA. We have the Juneau LSA with us.
They're using Zafe's account.
Gracie is on the Juneau LSA, I guess.
I guess.
Wow, they're very progressive or something.
I see JoJo's wearing her mask.
Who is?
Jojo.
Jojo.
Oh. Is she afraid
Hey.
that?
Hey, Ian. Could you guys either? Oh, I see you got Miles. Could you guys either all come next to the? It's hard to see you guys. I was wondering if you could just say hi by coming closer to the camera.
All right. Okay. So, all
Okay, so here you're going to be seeing.
right. So, are you ready?
Hi, Jamal.
Yes.
Should we start?
Yep.
Okay.
We're just starting to say hi, Nikki. We're not starting.
Okay.
I mean, anybody.
We have other family members
Hi,
joining
Karen.
us.
Yeah.
Is that Karen?
Hi.
Hi, Karen.
From music or what?
Okay. From Oregon. You guys want to go ahead and introduce who's there so that Grandma can kind of
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Hello. Can
Hi.
you hear us? Okay.
Who's saying
Okay. We
hi?
have
see?
from
See where
Oh,
the yellow.
Woodburn, Oregon. This is Miles. I'm Ian. We have Danica, Jamal, and JoJo, and Nicole is just walking in now.
Excellent.
There she is.
That's the crew right now.
Woo! Who just came on?
That's Nicole.
No. There. I thought another person
Oh.
joined us.
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
Sorry.
I saw
That's
Nicole.
us.
Thank you.
Past.
Oh,
Who's that?
oh, the Lamar Schweitzers.
Hi.
Hi, Lindsay.
Kyle.
Hi, Miles.
We had a bunch of apples and
and we're like, oh, we gotta get rid of these.
Perfect.
Hello.
No, Gavin, I want you to lean in.
What? Who's that?
Jamal.
Oh, that's Karen. Okay.
Oh, there's Sanji. Sanji.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
Where's Sanji? I don't see Sanji.
Okay, wait a second.
Oh, there he is.
I'm at the bottom.
So, Mom, no, ours is up at, no, that's Terry. Where's
Yeah, you
Sanji?
can't.
Oh,
You,
right
you can't
there.
go by
Yeah.
what's on your screen.
Yeah.
Okay, so usually when they talk.
Okay.
Is Hakeem
There's
there?
Allison. Hi.
I was watching a movie. Say hello to the people.
Apple core in the Schweitzer house.
We're ready.
Kyle's very proud of that thing.
Are we gonna need it? She says they're not peeled.
But got 5 minutes before we start, huh?
Yeah, we don't want to start early because we have other folks from around the country maybe joining us.
There's Hakeem.
Hi, Hakeem.
Hi, Hakeem.
Hi, Hakeem.
Oh, maybe we are. Oh, maybe we are. Yeah.
Yeah. We might have quorum with that. I don't know because this cuts him in a way that she doesn't want to cut. I'm gonna move the core.
Hi, William. Where are you at?
I'm in Fairbanks right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Who's in Fairbanks?
Right on. Good to see you.
Who's in Fairbanks?
William.
And Karen,
Oh.
you are.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yes.
You remember me, right, Grandma?
Yeah. Sorry.
Hey, William, what are your apples looking like?
Oh,
Pardon?
I don't have any apples. I don't have any. I'm just taking notes.
Oh, it looks like we might have Gage and Sarah.
So I just
There's
wanted,
my apples.
I wanted to mention that one of the benefits of being the only grandchild in the interior is that actually he'll get a goodie box on Saturday that Uncle Gavin will drop off on his way to the airport, which will include some of this apple pie. So, but William's not able to join us for Thanksgiving because he's been a good friend and a friend. One of his college buddies just moved in with him to try to find a job there in Fairbanks. So
Yeah.
but it's lovely that he's able to be here. Nikki, can I just mention that we won't be able to monitor the chat, so if anybody has questions, that if you can monitor that. The other thing I will mention is that we're getting notices that our internet connection is unstable. So shocking, being from Nana. So if it gets too bad, people are just going to need to turn off their videos. We'll see if that helps. Except for we'll try not to turn off Grandma, because then what's the point?
Just be silly.
Hi, Gary and Roxy.
Hi, Gary and Roxy.
Hey.
Hello.
Oh, and I need to say hi to Sanji and Allison, and hi to, Kyle and Lindsay. Excellent.
Hey, Gary, Roxy.
Yes, hi.
We're not making pie, but we wanted to be part of the party.
Okay, that's fine.
Somebody tried to call me. Oh, that was Ian. That was.
We're pie eaters.
Oh. At the Palmer Saxtons.
Of course. Got some pie from there. And
Miles, been there.
Come in there.
There's a way to.
I have some.
Put you on our big screen. Hang on.
She's right here better.
Oh, Shelley.
Oh, Shelley there? What's that?
Shelley. Who's
That's, that's probably
Oh, Elaine.
Elaine.
Nicole's mom.
Oh, okay.
Shelley.
Where's
Hi,
And Nikki. Nikki.
Yeah.
Where's Tom?
Tom is returning from a fire investigation here in town. He will be here shortly.
Where's my brother Carl?
He's coming.
Okay.
Carl.
Oh,
He'll be here. He'll be here, but he didn't want to. He didn't want to come early. So at some point after 5, he will be arriving.
He might be joining from home.
Yeah, he might be
He's
joining
been-
by Zoom,
He's been working, so
just like Terry.
yeah.
Terry's still on the clock.
I am. Yeah.
Nice apple Sanj.
Bit older.
I noticed that the recipe did not call for a one nut,
a what?
For a what?
for a one nut.
A one nut? Okay. What does that mean?
Yeah, a one nut is you put one nut and then the person who gets the piece that has it, that's a special thing.
Oh. You could do that
They're
with your
allergic to
pie.
nuts.
She said you didn't. Yeah. We have a lot of nuts. A mixed nut right here. He says he noticed that the recipe didn't call for a nut.
Oh.
It's kind of like the Jewish tradition where you put a ring or something
Oh,
in
yeah.
it, and whoever gets it, then they get a prize or they go to hell or
They
something.
go
I
to
don't
the
know.
dentist for breaking a tooth.
Oh, look
I
at
don't think
Kyle.
that's right, Tim.
Who's that?
Look at Kyle. Go to it.
Oh, Kyle.
Oh, the Palmer Sextons. Okay, is that Charlie jumping up and down?
Kyle is peeling
Gage
apples.
and Charlie and Sam. Hi, guys. Gals.
Who's this?
The Palmer. Point out the Palmer Sextons.
Hey, Palmer!
We can't see them very well.
They're jumping up and down.
Yes, you can see the jumping.
They're mostly out of frame. Well, Gage is in frame.
Oh, there we go. I see somebody. Is that Sam?
That was Sam.
Woo! In the victory thing.
Hey.
Rocky pose.
And yep,
How are we
Charlie
doing?
is visible in pink there behind Sam.
Well, wait a second. So, Nikki, we noticed that it's 5 o'clock. Do we want to wait 5 minutes?
You need to be quiet.
Your call.
Hello, Saxon Reed clan.
Hi, Terry.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, Terry is there. Terry
is
Jeffress.
Sarah's mom, for those of you who do not know.
Okay, Char. You keep track of it for me because I'm gonna go do my thing, okay?
Okay, Granny.
Okay.
So that's
No
yeah,
jumping.
that's right. Okay, somebody just joined.
Elaine and Karina.
Hi, Karina.
Hi, Karina.
Oh,
They don't have their. Oh, there we go.
Hi.
Hi, Karina.
Hello. Hi, Gary. Hi, Roxy.
Jackie Tagaran.
Oh, excellent. Hi, Jackie.
Who's this?
Oh, Jackie.
Oh, Sashi.
SMJ Hawk. I don't know who that is, but welcome.
Who is it?
I don't know. They'll introduce.
Who is that?
Oh, it's Steve and Beth.
Oh, hi.
Yay!
Nikki, once it starts, do you know how to spotlight Grandma so that we all see her big no matter who talks?
What?
You know how to do that?
She's talking to Nikki. Oh, it's a technical thing.
So if you hover over her thing and you get the 3 dots,
Yeah.
you should have an option to spotlight. Do you have that?
So that when they look at you, they see you as the big person
Oh,
instead of because so that they can see you better about what you're doing.
Hi, video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jacqueline Tiger Band.
When it's when we're featuring, when we're starting that.
And I see the little recording dot up in the corners, so we'll have a recording of this, right?
Yes.
That's the plan.
I have an outboard memory device. So.
As soon as possible, but he's been slammed.
Okay, here comes Julie Duffy.
Yay!
Yay! There's Carl Horn.
Agree.
Hi, Julie.
Okay, so Mom, now that you can't see everybody in one, so we have to go. So there's Carl. Hi, Carl. Okay, there we go. So now there's Julie Duffy, who doesn't have her camera. Oh, there she is.
Hi.
No, but you can say hi to Julie.
Hi, Julie.
And then,
Why does my thing say National Spiritual Assembly? I'm gonna change that.
I was wondering why the National Spiritual Assembly was coming. That was very wonderful.
I don't know why my iPad says that. I don't know how to change it. Let me see.
It's okay.
Every time I log in, mine says Juno LSA. So I think it's just
Who's this?
like
I'm on my iPad, which I never usually use. So somehow that's set up for.
If it gets too loud, then I can turn
it's
it.
fine.
Okay.
So if you go to those three dots on your own picture, you have the option to rename.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my own
Hello,
picture.
Saxons.
Yeah. So you won't be able to see everybody?
That's Jacqueline Tagaban.
Yeah.
You're being distracted, you're being dangerous.
Yeah, I know, but
You're waving at me with that little button. Thank you.
does Timmy and Nikki get to see everybody?
Yeah, Nikki can see everybody, and we can see everybody too. You can just see them bit by bit.
You can't see them all at once.
Okay, did everybody wash their hands?
We did, promise.
How about them apples right there? Everybody, you got apples ready?
What time is it? Is it 5?
Cutting mine.
Oh, I see yours. Okay.
5:04.5.
Oh, next. Good.
Shall we start?
Okay, so we're,
Are we starting? You want me to highlight Grandma?
yep, I think we're getting ready to start right now.
Yeah.
Can you figure out how to get my camera on?
Okay, guys, just so guys, one of the things that we're learning about.
Mute. Everybody mute.
Can everybody mute? As much as I love hearing everybody's beautiful voices. So we're so glad that you can join us here in Nenana, Alaska. And I just wanted to mention that we're learning to more and more express our appreciation for the first peoples of this land. Here in Nenana, the first people who more than 10,000 years ago moved here was are known as the maybe I think it's the Palmer Saxons. Maybe we can mute. The first people here in Nenana are known as the Lower Tanana Athabascans. Their indigenous language is Benti Kanaga, so we want to express our great appreciation to them for their custodianship of this land, and also we ourselves are extremely grateful for the continued vibrant presence of the indigenous culture here in Nenana. And Mom has made this apple pie for many, many community events, including many potlatches here in Nenana. So I will now turn it over to Mom, unless you had anything you
Nope.
Okay, there we go. And if you want to ask a question, please feel free. You can unmute and feel free. Also, Nikki will be monitoring the chat if you have questions. We can't monitor it here.
Well, to begin with, I'm not Martha Stewart.
That's a good thing.
We're so happy. Although Martha Stewart would be welcome here in this space.
Of course you would be.
Is this
Yes,
okay, Dad?
yes, she would be welcome. Okay, for you that are making the pie, if you've got your apples peeled and cut, now you have to slice, and I want to show you how you do that. This is a piece of the apple.
Here, let's. It's an eighth, 1/8 of the apple.
1/8 of the apple. I slice that in half, and then I go.
Oh, so you slice it into 16ths and then slice it.
Yeah, slice it
down the.
I got most of mine sliced already, but so it takes a while to slice the apples.
There. This is her 9x30.
Yeah, sure.
I will say that I used to use just Golden Delicious, but I guess the trees aren't bearing fruit anymore or something. We can't find any Golden Delicious apples. So I'm using gala apples today. I like to use the sweet apples because then they don't take so much sugar.
Do you make the pie kind of like Grandma made
What?
it? Do you make the pie? Is this kind of like Grandma's pie, or
No.
did Grandma make a what do you call it?
She never
Bottom
made a big
crust?
pie like I do. Mine are usually 3 times this big here. Enough to, I made, just last month, I just made 3 of the big ones. That to serve 46 people.
The Bahá'ís of Nenana sponsored a birthday celebration for the children and the students in the Living Center, the boarding home here in Nenana. Of course, we weren't able to go and serve it, but Mom made 3 big pies, and we sent ice cream and little gifts it was for the October birthday celebrants there.
Okay, now I don't know how many of you are making the pie or you're just watching. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. Just keep on
But
going.
no, but I need to wait for them to get, if they're slicing their apples, I just need to know if there's somebody so I don't get ahead of you.
Okay. So those who are making pies, maybe you can let Nikki know when you are done or something. I don't know. We'll wait a couple minutes. Mom will. So one of the things, tell us what you're doing right now as part of your pandemic project.
Oh, well, some time ago, 2 of my grandsons called me, from Ian and Jamal, and they wanted me to start writing some stories about my life. So that's what I'm doing partly. That's what I'm doing. And I'm on page 15 now.
With very wide margins and single spaced, and I think it's either 10 or 11 font. So it's actually 65 pages.
But I'm up to when Tim was born, I think. No.
Just the other day.
I don't know if we had anybody else come in. I'm just wondering. I have to tell you that I've made apple pie forever because that's one of my favorite things. And we made 2 big apple pies and 1 smaller one for my granddaughter. I have to think about what relation. My granddaughter in California when we were down in January.
No, you're talking about your niece.
My niece, sorry.
Great
yeah,
niece.
my niece. I was going to say.
No niece.
Huh?
Niece.
Yeah, she's a niece.
Sarah Shadravan.
Yeah.
That's right.
Anyway, she wanted to make pies, and she looked for golden delicious apples, and she couldn't find any, so she got 2 different kinds. And we mixed the apples up in the pies, and when they got all baked, she came back with the pies, and I make 1 little one so that the ones that were there visiting could have a piece of pie. But I noticed one of them, it didn't taste raw, but when you stuck a fork in it, it didn't go in like really, like it was really done. And anyway, the pie tasted fine. She was going to be serving at a meeting she was having the next day. But so when I got home, then I started trying different apples. And I got a Fuji apple, and I made a pie with that, and it was just like that 1 piece that I poked this thing in. I noticed that it didn't really cook up soft. So I don't use that kind of an apple. You can use that kind of an apple if you like to have it. I tasted apple pies that use that apple. Then I realized that's what that apple was. It was a Fuji apple because it was
It's still firm.
It's kind of a crispy thing even after it's cooked. But anyway.
I'm voting that we probably keep on going. What do you think, Nikki? I'm not sure whether everybody's got their apples all sliced, but
Okay.
okay.
Okay, now so next.
We're still slicing. I don't know about other people.
Okay.
But we're okay.
Okay, so should we
Okay.
Do you want to?
Go for it.
Do you want a story from Grandma?
No, I can't measure.
One story, Grandma.
What? Oh,
One
please.
story. Ian is still slicing.
Oh, you're still slicing.
Okay. What story?
I don't know what story. Oh, what? I'm trying to figure out what.
But your
Huh?
suggestion, Mom, is to only use one kind of apple, not
Yeah.
two kinds
Don't
together.
don't mix your
otherwise
apples.
they don't
If you want that kind, yeah. If you want that kind, you can. But don't mix the different kinds. Always just use the same apple for the whole pie, so it cooks out the same. But anyway.
Good tip.
Huh?
Unless you like that variety of
Yeah.
texture.
Tell the Uncle Morris being born story.
Oh, well,
There you go.
well, my youngest son. My youngest son. No, my youngest brother. This was way back in 19. See, he's 6 years younger than I am. So what would that make him? 80 something. Anyway, when he was born, and my brother Dan and I, who is my brother Dan was 3 years older than I, and then Morris is 6. Yeah, 6 years younger than I am. Anyway, we were standing when a doctor came in with a black bag, and so they went into a bedroom, and my mom was in the bedroom, and we stood there by the door,
You
and
and
I will
Dan.
tell you that my mother never made a sound. You know, you have all these screaming women, you know, when they're having their babies and everything.
That would be me.
But anyway, so then when the door opened finally, and my dad came out, and he said that we had a new baby brother. His name was Morris. I said, "How did the baby get in there?" And my dad says, the doctor brought him in his little black bag.
And did you believe him, Mom?
Yeah, why not? There was no TV. There was nothing. I didn't know anything about how babies were born or anything. So back then,
Yes.
it took a while.
Yes. Before you learned it was not the black bag. It was the stork, not the black bag.
But anyway, how you doing, Ian?
There
Okay.
was a request. There was a request that you show the slicing example again.
Oh, geez,
Oh, that's
I
good.
just sliced all my apples.
No, there looks like there's some quarters in the bowl.
Oh, okay, just a minute. Okay, sorry. I
So that's an
Peel.
eighth, and you're
see, you're okay. A quarter of this is a quarter of an apple. Cut that in half, and then you slice it like this.
Oh, that was a quarter, Mom. I thought it was the eighth. So
It's
that's
an eighth.
Once, after you slice it the quarter in half,
Oh,
then it's
okay.
an eighth, and you
I did not.
basically dice up the eighth.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how you do that. Okay.
And the slices are, a quarter, 3/8.
Well, it doesn't make any difference.
Right.
It's
They're, they're chunks.
They're just
it's
chunks.
a chunk.
Yeah.
It's just not really fine.
And why do you use chunks instead of slices, which is the more
Because I
traditional?
just like it this way better.
And who's the boss of your pie?
Me.
Yes.
So.
Yes, which I will vouch for. This is Tom in Anchorage, and I tried to help Mom slice the apples one time. Grandma is the boss of her pie. I try to help her slice the apples.
You're the boss.
No.
The pie.
Tom agrees that you're the boss of your pie.
You remember that, Tom?
I have
I
also
do.
failed. I have also failed when I tried to help Mom slice the apples. I did not do a good job. She re-sliced most of my stuff.
It's a capacity building process. Don't worry about it. We're all learning here.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, now we're going to put the sugar and the cinnamon and the ascorbic acid and some flour.
If you have the ascorbic acid.
Yeah, if you have ascorbic acid.
Why do you use ascorbic acid?
Well, it gives a little. I use ascorbic acid on this because it's a sweet apple and I want a little bit of tartness. So, Okay, I have my measuring cup, and I'm going to measure a half a cup of sugar. I don't have my half a cup.
Oh.
This is a quarter.
Do you want me to get you your half cup? Do you want your half cup measuring?
Yeah.
Sous Chef Tim to the rescue.
Yes, let me do something useful. Or is this it? This is the same measuring cup that I used when I was young.
I use it.
Is that
Okay.
a half cup? It's not a
Yeah,
third of a
no,
cup.
that's right. A half a cup of sugar. And I put it in there because I'm going to mix stuff up with it. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Fourth of a cup of flour.
Where do you get ascorbic acid powder?
Well, if you can get it at a
Health food store?
Huh?
At a health food store?
1 teaspoon of ascorbic acid, yeah. Okay.
I think you can get it at a health food store, yeah?
Yeah, you can get it at a health food store. It's called, it says vitamin C crystals, and that's ascorbic acid, so.
Make sure there's nothing else in it like vitamin B powder or anything.
No. Okay, now I use this kind of a thing to stir it with because you want to mix it all up.
Because this is the only time that this gets mixed. The next, if you want it evenly distributed in your pie, this is important.
You can stir it up with a spoon or a fork too, but it'll take a little longer. So this is always a handy thing because I also use that when I make the crust. So I've got it all mixed. So I'm going to spread it on the pie. So you just shake a little bit over the pie. Nikki, I think you do this different, don't you? I think I've seen you mix it up in a.
Yeah, I mix my apples in a big bowl.
And she mixes it all up, but I do it this way. And it seems to work, so I'd.
The beautiful diversity of our cooking.
The way I do it, people tend to snitch because it's a bowl with just apples in it. It's not in a pie thing yet.
Okay, now I kind of shake it a little bit so it not makes the stuff go down inside.
Now we're to the butter dotting
Now
stage.
I'm going to put the butter dots on.
Critical alert.
What are you saying?
Critical alert.
Okay, this is one of these, and
Do you ever use margarine, Mom, or is it only butter?
Only butter.
Did everybody see the face?
No, they missed the face.
Can I?
Okay, now see this piece? Now I'm going to cut that in half, like this. And then I'm going to cut it 3 pieces across like this. And then up here. Then another piece again.
Are you going to use the whole stick?
What?
Will you use the whole stick of butter?
No.
Okay.
Not for this one.
But it looks like it's a generous amount of butter.
Yeah.
All over. So
you can use about a half of a a quarter thing of butter. Okay, now, since I'm going to start with the crust now, making the crust, I'm going to go turn my oven on to 400. Do you want me to unplug you?
Can I ask a quick question, Grandma? Or maybe Aunt Tim, maybe you can answer.
Go ahead and, well, no, I know nothing about pie making, but you can ask a question.
I just want to make sure what I saw. So do we mix the mixture in with the apples or just spread it on top?
You didn't see the crucial hand juggling.
I just juggled it a little bit.
You have to hand juggle.
Massaging only on the top.
I thought you had to massage it in. Okay. So we're not totally, okay, got it. Massage, got it.
Just a little agitation to allow the powder that hasn't stuck to the apples on top to filter down a little bit.
That helped. Okay, perfect.
Okay, now we're going to start with the crust.
Wait. Ian, have you? Are you to the?
No, we're.
They're still dotting.
We're
and
good.
Oh,
you're good.
Okay, you're dotting.
Okay. And the dotting, the butter. You take a half stick of butter, and then you're gonna make the dots out of the half stick. Is that right?
You mean you didn't see the little pieces I cut?
I think they were doing the other stuff. Okay, Grandma.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Half a stick.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
You can see the size of the dots right here.
How many dots on the 9 by 13? It's 3.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, like a dozen dots there.
For a 9 by 13, but they're kind of good sized dots.
Yeah, they are.
They're little cubes, really.
Like about half what you put on the top of a pancake stack.
Huh, maybe you. I like a little pancakes with my butter.
All right.
Hence my physique.
Okay.
Ready.
Pie crust time.
In a bowl, kind of a big bowl, because you have to do stuff with it, you put 2 cups of flour. One teaspoon of salt. And then you sprinkle it over don't just dump it in because you have to mix it anyway. But sprinkle it over the flour so it'll mix faster. Then I take this thing again, and you can do this with a fork if you can, but you have to mix the salt in. So you have to do it for a while. You just don't stir it once or twice and let it go.
And what kind of flour is this?
This happens to be unbleached white flour.
But not self-rising, nothing like that.
Not self-rising, just plain flour. Okay. This is out of my way. Where did I do the?
Oh, are you looking for the Crisco?
This is what I wanted.
We are now going to start the Crisco advertisements.
I've tried other things, but I still like Crisco better.
What are you looking for, Mom?
Oh, I forgot to put the spatula out. Now you're going to put about 3/4 of a cup. That would be, if you wanted to do it with like 1/4 of a cup and 1/2 of a cup, it's sometimes easier. I'm going to use a full cup and guesstimate the 3/4. Because it does, if you have to not be sure, put a little more in and a little less. It'll make a very tender crust if you put it.
This is not approved by the American Heart Association.
Look at all that white hydrogenated It's figure looking good.
Never you mind.
Do you want to show them? Okay. A generous.
Could you use unsalted butter?
I've tried that
Mhm.
and I didn't like it.
Again, this is Grandma's apple pie recipe. Anybody is free to make their own apple pie recipe.
Okay, and then you put that in the flour and the salt.
Are you done with this one?
How much Crisco was that? Like
3/4 of a cup.
3/4. Okay.
So if it's easier for you, you can use a 1/4 of a cup and a 1/2 a cup, and that will make 3/4 of a cup. If you want to be exact, this I guesstimate.
Based on decades of experience.
Now comes the tricky part.
Yeah, now here comes the tricky part. Now I use the potato masher to cut the.
So you're cutting the fat into the flour and salt mixture.
Yep.
You want to leave. You don't want it to be all mixed in because your crust won't be flaky then.
So how do you know when it's done? How do you know when you've mixed enough?
You see how it's kind of. Can you see it? I don't know whether you can see how. It's not smooth. You can see little
nodules.
Yeah, little things that are sticking together.
Maybe here, Mom will take that. If you're done with the knife. Do you want to take a? I got it. I want.
The,
you want the knife.
I want the knife.
Do you want to take some up in your hand and show them what it looks like? Unless.
Can you see what it looks like?
It's sort of hard. The camera tends to overcompensate.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, the contrast is very good. It's
okay. Now
it has kind of a mealy texture.
Sort of crumbly.
Crumbly. Yeah.
In some cookbooks, they'll say kind of pea-sized.
They what?
Pea-sized little nodules.
Kind of pea-sized lumps.
Well, I
Yeah,
should
that's a good standard.
Measuring cup.
For what?
To put the water in here.
Oh. So
Yeah,
how
where's-
much? I thought it was by tablespoons. How much do you want?
No, I want
This cup? Or not that one?
Yeah, that's good.
The chefs are currently
Well, that's
conferring about the type of measuring equipment
Put a
to
cup
use.
of water in it. I don't think I'll use that much, but.
Adding the water
Huh?
cannot be done all at once. Oh no.
I've got a cup of water, but I don't think I'll use that much because. But
You want the teaspoons back? Tablespoons? No.
So the way I do it now, I don't know how. If you got the special mixers or something, you don't want to pour the whole thing in at once. You want to pour it just a little bit at a time.
Does it need to be cold water, Mom?
Well, yeah, you wouldn't want hot. It would
room temperature.
Room temperature's okay. I mean, your recipes say ice water. I've never used ice water in my whole life. And then you start stirring it up. And then I kind of push the part that's stuck together over to one side so I can.
The part that's making a ball already?
Yeah. So then I put a little bit of more water.
You're adding the water to the floury part.
Yeah, the flour part, not the one that's. Because I've never ever been able to make pie crust the way they advertise it, like 3 or 4 tablespoons of water. Mm-mm. I could never get the crust to stay together.
Mom, don't you usually make a larger pie than what?
Well, yeah, but doesn't make any difference.
The proportions are what she's talking about.
Yeah.
So you notice with a little bit of flour left, she added only a tiny bit of water.
When you're cooking, you sort of get used to doing stuff your way, not the way they tell you in the book.
You rebel, you.
This is operating in a humble posture of learning.
Yes.
Yum.
What are you looking for?
Huh?
How do you know that you've had enough water?
Well, I don't know how to tell you, because sometimes I use more water than other times. Now I'm going to take some flour on my hands so I can mix this up.
And the flour in your hands is to keep the dough from sticking to your hands as much?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But you still have some loose flour and stuff, so you need to fix it so it's...
You push it into the ball.
And you push it into the ball.
But you don't want to, at this point, manhandle the ball too much.
No. Now comes the rolling out. I don't know, I think I used to see something about a pastry thing, but I've never used it, so I don't know.
I remember you used to have a pastry cloth when I was a kid. Maybe you only used it for when you made noodles.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I had one.
I remember that one.
See, you gotta make it into a ball.
Then can you play catch with it?
No. It's not to play catch with. So then you flatten it out.
And the flour on the table again is just to keep the dough from sticking to the table. Yeah.
So, Mom, before you actually start the rolling, maybe we need to check in with your peeps to see how
the what?
We need to check to see how Ian is doing. Or
well, how are you doing, Ian?
We are doing pretty well. JoJo's got the dough ready. We're about to roll it out.
Okay, that's good.
Well, we're all perfectly synced then.
There's quite a few people making pies, I noticed, so we might want to have another story so everybody can catch up.
Story.
What?
Story. They want a story. What's a story that you remembered?
Well, the story that I'm kind of thinking about is I want to find out when it was that Tib cut her own hair. I had said, apparently I said to her dad that I needed to cut her hair or something. And what were you, about 3 or 4?
Probably.
3 or 4 years old, and I don't know what you used.
Manicure scissors.
Huh?
The manicure
or
scissors.
Or the little
in the
tiny
bathroom.
manicure scissors she used to cut her hair, and you should have seen it.
Or not.
Yeah. Anyway, it was. She couldn't understand how come I was so upset when I saw her hair. Okay, now I've got the rolling pin. I put flour on the rolling pin. Now you got to sort of measure. I just go like this. Okay, I kind of measure
to know how wide to make it.
How long to make it. So it's got to be it, and then how wide. So it's not quite as wide as this. Okay.
And And you're only rolling in one direction, I see. I mean, you're
Well,
not
yeah.
going rolled back and forth. You're rolling, yeah.
Yeah, that's big enough. That's fine now.
And it needs to be a little bit bigger than your pan, right?
Yeah. But it doesn't have to be too much bigger though, because it just sort of lays on top. Oh gosh, I got lots. I'm going to have lots of.
Extra dough, extra pie crust. No problem. Oh, Mommy got butter on
I'm
her.
getting hungry.
Terry says she's getting hungry.
Okay. Now hand me a.
What?
That's okay. I'll just cut.
Do you want yours?
No, I don't want that yet.
You're trimming.
Now I'm trimming it now.
You might want to use a ruler if you want to be a little bit more exact. Remember, Grandma has done this for decades. Probably close to.
Hey, Allison and Sanji have a question.
Who?
Allison and Sanji.
Okay. But
Shoot.
Go.
If you are doing a bottom crust,
what?
Bottom
spray the pan.
Okay, well, you just actually you would have to put it in before you have to have it bigger because you're going to put it. You have to put it up the sides so that it fits in and it comes up like this, and then it'll kind of lay over, and then you will put one that just fits there, and then you can fold it over and crimp it.
But I think maybe that wasn't the question. What was the question, Allison? I can't. You're muffled.
Yeah, we couldn't understand.
Onto the chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat and somebody else can read it maybe.
What?
She's asking, do you need to spray the bottom of the pan?
If you do a bottom crust,
No, don't do any. Don't do that.
Okay, don't spray it then.
because there's plenty of shortening in the crust.
The shortening in the crust will be plenty of
Self-greasing.
Self-greasing, that's right.
Did Grandma put a bottom crust on her pies, Mom?
Yeah, but
So-
she never made big ones like this.
So this is Grandma's way. So you don't have the doughy bottom crust. You just have the yummy, flaky brown crust on the top.
It's a low-calorie option. Not.
The buttery, flaky crust.
Huh?
I think there's butter on there. Is there still butter on there?
Yeah.
It's down. No, it's down on the thing.
Where did it come from? I don't know. Right there. I really hope this fits so I can put it on.
That'll be close enough. You can always trim it in place.
Well, I don't care if it's too big. I just want to be.
Oh, yeah.
That might have been too much. And then you need to make something on the top, like holes. And so I just go like this. And that's so the steam can come up. Okay?
And if you do it here, if you try to do it after you put it on there, it can create issues with the
crust.
With the crust, yeah, it can kind of dimple in and collapse instead of. Staying together.
Okay, now this is the way I get it up off of here. I suppose if you had a pastry crust, you wouldn't have to worry about this.
Pastry cloth.
Pastry cloth.
So you put more flour there so that the spatula is kind of well floured.
But I use a spatula like this to cut under it to loosen it from because it's still stuck to the. And then you can fold it.
I'll get it.
The nerve.
Hollywood is calling.
Okay. Do you need something else explained?
Sorry, no, we don't participate in those things. And please
See how I folded it up? Now I just lay it.
The Betty Crocker?
Huh?
The Betty Crocker on the phone?
Yeah, Betty Crocker on the phone.
No, it was a pollster wanting to know my opinion. Oh, I mean, they want to tell me what my opinion should be.
I don't make my edges fancy, you guys.
No fluting.
I used to, but I found out
it tastes the same.
It doesn't make any difference.
So you're pressing it in on the edges, though?
Yes, I'm pressing it down.
Okay,
around it.
Now, does that help with the bubbling over issue or not?
No, well, usually I put more apples, I think, in this one than I'm
So I have a question. This is Karina. What if I made it like, just a little, like a half an inch too short?
Well, I would just roll out some dough. If you got extra dough, and lay it over there. Lay it over this end.
Yeah, take the leftover.
Okay.
Take the leftovers here and just patch it in.
Okay, Mom. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
What?
No, it's okay. You're going to put the sugar on next.
Yeah.
Time.
Now, this is when I sprinkle some sugar on the crust. And I just take a kind of a handful. Didn't need quite that much, but you can put as much as you want on. Okay. Now, is your oven on?
Doesn't really matter because, okay, I want a picture. Smile with, yes. Oh, but smile. And let's pause and maybe if anybody has questions.
We're getting so you've preheated your oven to what, 400?
Yeah. And it'll take about an hour. But now I'm used to my oven, so I know how it works. So I don't know. Some ovens might be hotter or something, so I don't know. But it'll be done in an hour with mine. So I'm going to put it in the oven now.
Had experiences like I have with setting your oven on fire because it bubbles over. You can always put a cookie sheet under your pie plate.
Oh, if it bubbles over?
No, it won't bubble over.
Mom, Grandma's does not bubble over. Mine bubble over.
Because the pie is too afraid to bubble over. The pie knows who's the boss of the pie, and it's not the pie.
Yeah, I do the cookie sheet thing too, just in case.
Now, you'll see the recipe says if there's leftover crust, which there is a lot of this.
That's the best part.
Yes.
Sometimes I just make pie crust. I don't make the pie.
Yeah, it is pretty good, like for cookie, like making cookie. What did I do with my
rolling pin?
What did I do with
it? Must be out here. Let your sous chef do something.
Okay.
Tell another story.
Thank you.
So you're going to re-roll out the leftover dough a little bit.
Do you want me to get a cookie sheet, Mom?
Yeah, that'd be good. Well, I don't know. I don't think you can do it.
Okay, I am not capable. I do not have my full sous chef credentials. I cannot get the cookie sheet out.
Well, it's just kind of wide.
You have to know where it is. You have to know which one to get.
Exactly.
And you have to be able to put it back under the place after you got the others out.
Speaking from experience there, Tom.
Oh, yes.
Well, why don't you go follow her so everybody can follow so they can know where the special cookie sheet is.
Where are those cookie sheets stashed? Oh my gosh.
Well, this is a cookie sheet from I think when we were children. I think
No.
no, this isn't the same.
No,
one.
these are some that I got later because they're insulated. They're,
Oh, okay.
and I've not seen them. I like it because it's got a double thing that's got air between, so they hardly, you have to really have it too hot and stuff for it to burn. Okay.
I notice you're not doing any measuring for this one.
No. Now, sprinkle some sugar on there. I put more sugar on this than I do on the pie crust.
And then you're spreading it out with your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might want to do cinnamon sugar, but Mom is a strictly sugar person on her pie crust.
Yeah, some people.
And we accept all people, even if you put cinnamon in your sugar.
And,
Now-
and a warning, if you do use cinnamon, use it sparingly because it will burn and then you
Oh yeah, that's true.
cinnamon will burn whereas
Okay,
sugar
now
just melts.
I'm poking holes in it so it doesn't just bubble up and
Make a
So it
pita.
stays kind of flat.
it stays flat. But this is,
Super yummy.
yeah. Now, I'll wait until the pie is done, then I'll put this in.
And you bake it on the same
Yes.
temperature?
But then you have to watch it.
About
because
how long do you bake that for?
Like about 10 minutes. And look at it after 10 minutes.
Okay. I just wanted to
What?
share a picture of Dad, because of course we always think of Mom and Dad.
He was my taste tester. When I made cookies and stuff, he always had to taste test.
He
them.
loved it when they got a little bit too done because he got those. So as you guys might remember that Dad had Alzheimer's, and Mom cared for him here in this home for many years, even during that journey, before he moved into a nursing home. And I remember one time, Danny, my younger brother, our younger brother, came up to take care of Dad because Mom needed to have a procedure
Tom
done.
did too.
Yeah, but this particular story is from when Danny was here, because Mom had to have a medical procedure in Fairbanks. And I remember Danny had made some cookies, chocolate chip or peanut butter or something, and he was following Mom's directions that Dad could only have 2 cookies, no more, and then Danny had to hide the rest away. And later on that evening, after Dad had had his 2 allotted cookies, Dad was out in the kitchen looking around for something, and Danny came out and said, "Dad, what you looking for?" He said, "Anything I can find," or something like that.
But in the back of his deteriorating mind, he knew it. Was
He knew that there were more cookies involved.
there and there somewhere.
Anyway, that's the end until now. It's just baking.
Any questions?
Yeah.
Bravo!
I'm just curious why no bottom crust. Is that just a preference?
Why no bottom crust?
I don't like them.
Why?
Because they're soggy.
Ah.
They're just calories with no real added flavor.
No,
I mean, you.
I like the bottom crust, but it's a hassle.
It is a hassle.
So-
This is a glass.
Tim
This
can
is
tell
a
you
glass
what.
heart.
Huh?
I can tell it. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
This is
Gary.
a glass heart. Can I talk?
Yes.
Are you ready for?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a glass heart that was given to us at Blaine's service. And I keep this with me every day in my pocket.
Sweet.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. It's the cook at the.
That's awesome, Gary.
Yeah, and the cook at the senior center, she was at the funeral too, and she always she carries it with her all the time. Yeah. Oh, I'm just cleaning up now, you guys.
Here, I'll take this, and then people can say if they have any other questions.
I'd like to see a spotlight on all the different pie makers and see how they're doing.
All the what?
The different pie
the
makers.
different pie makers
Oh,
and see how they're doing.
wow.
Here's Ian. Here's the Ian crew.
Yeah, we are. We're doing good. Ours is looking pretty right over here.
You've already had
It's pretty heavy. Pretty heavy.
Oh, yeah.
They're working on the crust.
Our crust is a little challenged. Nicole's back there making that work, but we're excited, Grandma. We're just happy to have you here with us for Thanksgiving.
Too cool.
I also hope everybody takes a picture when their pie is done and puts
Picture
it
their
on
pie.
Facebook.
Picture their pies.
Okay, Karen, are you baking?
Yes.
Okay.
Karen.
Let's see. Let's see if I can turn my camera around. It's in the oven right now, actually.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. Let me turn on my oven light. Okay, let's see if we can see it here.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. Pretty. Nice.
Actually, it looks a lot like yours, Mom.
You're on mute.
So, Grandma, our crust is a mess, but ours is done.
Is that the Palmer Saxtons?
This is Palmer Saxton, sorry.
Palmer Saxton.
Hang on, we'll get to you.
What did the Palmer Saxton say?
The Palmer Saxtons also were making a pie, so Nikki's in the process of
Oh, that looks good, Palmer Saxtons.
I can't see it.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
Nikki has to find them, on
Yeah.
the list, and then, yeah.
Okay, there we are.
There we go.
Wow.
Hey, you're on.
Yay.
Nice job.
Beautiful. Very nice.
Thank you, Grandma.
You're welcome. It's good to see you guys. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, Lindsay, are you let's see, in Juneau, are you guys cooking, Dan and
Yeah,
Chris?
we're ours is in the oven. I just want to feature. I've got my sous chef back there cleaning.
Oh, there's Danny. Huh? There's Dan. Oh, hi,
yeah.
Dan. Hi.
Ours is in the oven right there.
Okay,
Yummy.
Oh, there's,
yay.
oh, nice.
Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cleaner.
Of course.
A manly sous chef.
Allison and Sanji.
Woo! What? I think Allison and Sanji, are you guys working on the crust now? Oh, we can't hear.
Oh, yeah, they're just working. They're just.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Everybody doing it here.
We have one in the oven right here.
This
Oh
is
my
our second
gosh.
one.
Whoa. Whoa.
And then we're making a second one that we're going to give away to someone. So
Sweet.
working on that. And here,
Did you hear that? They're working on their second one to give to somebody. Wow, Sanji. Excellent. Using those
Okay, and
skills.
Karina, you're cooking?
Raiders.
Okay, you're now highlighted.
Oh, great. Yes, I am. It's in the oven. Yes. Yeah, actually, I have to
Let's
say
see.
that Nair and our two kids are driving back from Fairbanks, so they're probably waving past you right now. I told Nair to stop, but he's been going since 4:00 this morning. He's doing literally. He went up to Fairbanks this morning and is heading home with the kids. So.
Oh my gosh.
So this will be a nice treat for them tonight when they get in.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, Stephen, Beth, are you baking?
I don't know whether they heard.
Oh, we didn't bake. We actually baked this afternoon, and not an apple pie. We did a pumpkin pie, and I had some failed sourdough pumpkin bread that I turned into
Stuffing.
what do you call it? Monkey bread muffins.
Oh, sounds good.
Excellent.
I'm putting it on my scale.
You just progress downward. You go. It becomes monkey bread muffins, then it becomes croutons, and then just
Actually, you can charge more for it as they get smaller.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true.
William and Carl are not baking. Zainab, are you baking?
Oh, Zainab.
Mark, are you baking?
Tomorrow.
Yep, I'm baking a cherry pie later tonight.
Oh,
Mark.
No,
Julie, are you baking?
I'm waiting for a care package when you get done.
Julie, are you baking?
Who? Julie.
Julie.
Oh. Oh.
Julie.
Oh, there
Oh,
it is.
yay!
I'm not watching you.
Let's see.
Tomorrow's soon enough.
Shelley, are you baking? Shelley.
No, I am not baking. I'm just watching. But you know, for me, it would be one apple. It's not very exciting.
There's a shortage in St. Paul.
Baking. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
Ooh, somebody else is baking.
I am baking, but I'm on my phone, so I'll show you what it looks like.
Okay.
See?
Oh, but for,
Beautiful. It looks good. It looks really good. I can't wait.
Jackie, are you baking?
Yes. Hello. Can you see me?
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
Not yet.
I don't know how to take that background off, but I'm here with my daughter Sierra.
Hi, Sarah.
And we
Wait,
ended up baking just a regular 2 regular pie-sized pies because I wanted her to be able to do it too. So let me see if I can show you. They're in the oven. So let me try to switch the camera around.
Hi, Sierra.
It was really fun though. Can you see?
Yes.
Wow,
Kind of, sort of.
yay.
Wow,
Nice.
beautiful.
Oh, nice.
We did one with whole wheat flour and one with white flour.
Wow.
See them? That's so weird. And they have
it's beautiful.
They have smiley faces on.
Yes. Yes. George Hawley always carves smiley
Nice.
faces.
Uh-huh.
George Hawley always covers
Yeah.
smiley faces. So
Thank you for letting us join you. That was really wonderful. I can't wait to taste them. And we bought some homemade ice cream today from a specialty shop. to have
Homemade ice
with
cream?
the,
You bought homemade
pie.
ice cream? That means you make it at home.
But we bought it. Somebody else made it at home. But we're going to enjoy it with our homemade pie.
well, the reality is, Jackie, you are the boss of your own pie. So good for you.
Yeah, that's right. I learned that tonight. Thanks again.
Thank you for
Everybody,
joining us.
thank you.
Tammy, are you baking?
Who did she ask?
Tammy.
No, I'm not baking yet, but I'm inspired.
Welcome.
Well, who's she talking?
Tammy from
Powerhouse. Powerhouse, are you baking?
Yeah, I think that was Dan and Sydney and them.
Okay.
We baked a baker's rack. We interpreted some of the instructions a little bit.
Wait a second. Yeah, Nikki hasn't shared.
We'll make them the actual apple pie later this evening.
Yeah.
And since last we spoke, Papa and Grandma, Papa, whatever, Auntie Haley and Gracie.
Very nice.
Hi. There's Chris.
Yeah, hi, Chris.
Where's Haley? There's Dan. Hi,
Yeah,
Dan.
Dan.
Haley's
Oh, there's Haley. There's Grace. Where's Beaufort? Is Beaufort there?
Beaufort, come to this house.
Oh, Beaufort doesn't come to the house. Okay. Okay. Say hi to Beaufort for us.
Is anybody else baking to show their pie?
What?
Is anyone else?
Oh, baking pie.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to Grandma then.
We're waiting for the pie to bake.
I have been sitting with Grandma, and she will like start one of these things at midnight. and have it whipped up and done. Like a giant pie. Like she said, 3 times the size of the one she just made.
Grandma, I know you were worried. Nicole saved our crust. Don't worry.
Yay!
What did he say?
Nicole saved their crust.
Nicole is the master of the fix.
She fixed the crust. Yeah, I do that all the time. And I can't make it come out even, so
I'm not making a pie, but I'm heading over there in a few minutes.
Okay, Chicken Little.
So I have to say go ahead, sorry. Go ahead.
Sometimes if I don't have ascorbic acid, if I don't have any on hand, I'll use lemon juice.
Makes sense.
Or one year I didn't have any of that either, but I had fresh cranberries.
Huh.
So I put cranberries in there to give it a little bit of a tangy tang. So again, you are the boss of your own pie.
Exactly.
And sometimes you have to be creative.
I like to put tart cherries in my apple pie, and then it becomes an apple and a cherry pie.
Wow.
But they're just
nice.
They're in there as kind of a it's not like half and half. You know, it's just like a few in there.
Yeah.
But I like that.
Can I say that when I make my apple pies, oh wait, I don't make apple pies. Which is why Carl is coming over here to have apple pie. I'm the only Reed child who doesn't do that type of stuff.
Grandma, was this your first Zoom live lesson?
Is this your first Zoom
Yes.
live?
I was worried because I wasn't Martha Stewart.
You're better.
Grandma also is the type of person who, even though she stays home, we're very careful. You know, for those of you who may know, the reason Gavin is here is because he recently had COVID. So he should be, I'll let Gavin say something.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
I had it. I'm over it. I can't get it. I can't give it.
At least for a little while.
At least for a little while.
So, what was I going to say? Oh, anyway, so Grandma keeps busy. Right now she's writing her memoirs, but on Wednesdays, she always hosts a devotional at 7 p.m., which is in less than an hour, and we need to eat. So I will say maybe it's time to end this show with whatever anybody wants to end it with. We can say farewell, adios.
Well, before, check your pie in about a half an hour, and then check it every once in a while till the hour is up, because you might, I don't know how your oven is, so it might burn. So if it's too hot, well, check it to see.
Hey, Mom, remind us what we check when we check the pie. What do we look for?
What are you looking for?
Well, you don't want to, all you have to do is look at the crust, because it might burn.
You want it to be nicely browned.
Yeah.
But not dark brown.
Okay.
Well, don't you take a knife and poke it in through one of the holes in the crust and see if the fruit is soft?
I usually it's a meat fork that I take, because they got longer and sharper things.
Where's your meat fork, Mom?
Hey, Grandma.
Yeah, like this.
Oh, there it is.
Get out of the way, honey. Like this.
She is the boss of her house as well as her home. And she's the boss of her meat fork.
Well, you couldn't see the meat fork.
She's pretty threatening with that thing. I'd get out of her way.
So
it is lethal.
So I'd like to suggest, Gavin, because you need to be here because you do the. So it's hard for us to gather with others without taking a time to say a prayer. So if everybody would mute, we were thinking we could close with "Blessed is the Spot." You mute, but still sing along with us if you know it, and then we will say sayonara. Is that okay? Okay.
And then we'll all smile and say, apple pie!
There you go. And then actually, once we're done, Nikki, I don't know whether you could highlight us and then maybe take a screenshot or something. But anyway.
That'd be cool.
And I have to say thank you to Ian
Yes.
and to Allison and Sanji and to everybody who helped make this possible.
Yeah.
Thank you, Grandma, for saying yes.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You were very persuasive, Ian. I was kind of the naysayer. And thank you to the Nenana Internet.
I want to add one thing real quick, Aunt Tim, that when I mentioned to Grandma about doing the pie lesson, and I said, well, is it okay if I invite, how many people are you comfortable with? And her response was, well, if they're not in my kitchen, I don't care how many. I thought that was pretty cool. Love you, Grandma.
She has said in the past that she has a one-butt kitchen.
That's what my mom said, and honestly, I never heard her swear or use that kind of word, and I looked at her. That was when she was old, really old, like me.
Okay.
Also, one more thing. I'm sorry, I know you have to go. I wanted to say that just send love out to everybody who's here. It's a lot of people are having a hard time right now, and Grandma's been through everything. So just to be with you, Grandma, during this, it kind of reminds us all that we're going to get through it.
Yes.
And they're going to get better,
Yeah.
as they always have, and you've seen it. So that's just one thing I wanted to get out there.
Okay, thank you. Thank you,
One
Ian.
thing, Grandma. Hi, Grandma. I want to ask if I can get an advance copy on your memoir.
The what?
He wants an advance copy of the memoir.
Oh, well.
You can talk to her agent about that.
Okay, who is your agent? Yeah.
Okay, enough interruption. Sorry.
No, that's great. But I think just to follow up what Ian was saying, obviously during this hard time, one of the things that gets us through, two of the things, are prayer and making sure that we maintain connections with others, even if we can't be physically together. And this has been really wonderful.
Yes. Thank you, Ian.
Okay. Mute your phone if you would like to sing along. Do you want me to start?
Please.
Blessed is the spot and the house and the place and the city and the heart and the mountain and the refuge and the cave and the valley and the land and the sea and the island and the meadow where mention of God hath been made and his praise glorified.
I have to tell you that that was the first song that was sung in the concourse at the Universal House of Justice, and Daddy and I were in the choir. So
Oh, that's really sweet.
it was a holy day that they were having there, and we had practiced, and they set 3 people there to listen to us to be sure we sounded okay before they let us sing in the concourse. But
This was at the Bahá'í World Center in Haifa, Israel, when
Yeah.
Mom and Dad were serving there as a member of the staff.
Yeah.
So, and thank you to Nikki and Tom for hosting on their Zoom.
yes,
Fantastic.
thank you very much, hon.
Okay. We're going to have to say we'll have to have another party sometime, maybe with a chicken pot pie recipe or a cinnamon roll recipe, but I think it's time for us to hit the road. Love
Happy
you guys.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Love you guys.
Everybody bring themselves up on video so we can take your picture. Hang on, we're taking the picture now.
Wait, unhighlight us.
Oh, you can
Already did.
Yeah,
you can change the view to gallery view if it doesn't change the viewers.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? Oh, I did the wrong thing.
Oh, just click. There you go.
Oh, there we
Right
go.
there.
Woo!
Yeah, come in.
So that's about half of them.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Job.
These are
Clapping works
you can all unmute and clap, and that sounds awesome.
Ooh. Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye. Love everybody. Thank you. Okay.
Happy Thanksgiving.
That guy.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Thanksgiving, everybody.